Why is my neck 5 shades darker than I am? Alright, let me get this out the way as the hyper observant yet socially inept crew has joined the chat. But first, the story. I'm in a lot of science mom groups on Facebook because I'm old and the world doesn't make sense anymore and I need to keep my stress levels low. And one of the most common questions I tend to see posted in these groups is how people with a basic understanding of science can't seem to fathom how people can believe things like the earth is not round, vaccines don't work, and why washing your hands after you piss and shit is probably a good idea. But as a person who's received this particular question more often than not, and is no stranger to the conversation that usually comes afterwards, that shit honestly doesn't surprise me. This right here is more than a custom two-tone paint job. This is eczema, also known as atopic dermatitis, and how it tends to present sometimes in darker skinned people like myself. It honestly came standard with the autism package. Because apparently my ancestors thought heightened pattern recognition, hyperfixation, and the ability to piss off a room full of 25 people so they don't speak to you for 6 months wasn't enough. I went to black private school in the 90s in Brooklyn. Cancellation by the elites hits different at 12. But my mom had a healthy distrust of Western medicine and was a firm believer in naturopathic remedies, oftentimes to the detriment of my own personal comfort. Which I can't fully blame her for, because at one point my skin was head to toe leather and scales that came in 5 shades of gray, red, and black. And none of them matched because my body was going through a Jackson Pollock phase. And my culinary fixation at the time was McDonald's hamburgers. Which, as a person with eczema, you probably shouldn't eat a whole lot of, especially not every day. But because of this naturopathic bent of hers, coupled with being teased for this since 7, has honestly made the following conversation a whole lot easier. Because it always starts the same. What's this going on right here? It's eczema. Oh, you know my cousin Toby had that? He used to heap the whole house up scratching every night. Couldn't put him on white sheets because they'd be all bloody in the morning. Oh yeah, I'm all too familiar with that feeling. You know what the cause of that is though, right? No, but I have a feeling you're going to tell me. Parasites and exposure to the color purple. That's a new one. Tell me more. Yeah, you just gotta totally avoid the color purple. Fascinating. But you know, we finally got rid of it when we covered him in dog shit and cat piss and sat him out under the full moon for about 5 days. Sitting under a full moon covered in piss and shit, huh? Gotta say I haven't tried that yet. Thanks for sharing. And I'm sure some of you are probably gonna be like, well, if you believe so much in science, why don't you go ahead and take some medication for it? To which I respond, clear skin isn't worth the risk of anal leakage, being a part of a class action lawsuit 10 years from now, or death. And honestly, I look at this as my personal stress level indicator, as it's most aggravated by that whenever I eat shit that I'm not supposed to. Looking at you, corn, coffee, and peanuts. So as long as I eat right and drink my magic Japanese water, I should be okay. Shout out to my Kangen crew. You're welcome to use this in your next sales pitch.